Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Over 820 Tuesdays we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ready to hang out with all of y'all here on a Tuesday night. First of all, a programming note, we were scheduled to have the Reaper Matt Connard. Damn it. I'm so sorry, Matt. And Peyton Graham representing Prospect Pro Wrestling 2PW this Friday night for Friday Night Fights in Worthington, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, both of them apparently went to the same party and are a little bit sick. So I have an abundance of caution. They are not on. They're recovering, so hopefully they can still compete for our friends over at 2PW here on Friday. But it's okay because we're here. The Mayhemers are here, and we're ready to get rolling. And I just realized I didn't see if a thing popped up. So we may have more joining us, actually, now I think about it. But first of all, with us, he's from Beacon, New York, and he's the only Mayhemer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE. It is Mad Mike.
Yeah, Sorg, I'm here. I'm rocking my new Claudio shirt. It's a good day.
That's a nice Claudio shirt. Man, is this...
Yeah.
I want to put a pin in this for a little bit later to have this further discussion, but is Blackpool... Like just real quick, is Blackpool Combat Club like not the coolest thing in wrestling right now?
I want to see Blackpool Combat Club versus Bailey, Io, and Dakota.
Yes, and please. So, also with us from Riz Plays Games and somebody who's helped me batten down the hatches 2 weekends ago at MV Young's Backyard Barbecue, trying to save $20,000 of equipment so I can still work in the middle of a storm, is the Riz.
You don't know how panicked I was, being the short stature that I am, trying to grab a giant canopy from the top because it wasn't battened down. Like, it was not battened down. It was going to fly off. I was grabbing at the top, trying to push it down like the head of the silver monkey, and I could and every few seconds it's like, oh, here it goes, I'm gonna die now, bye. I'm just gonna float away.
You're just gonna get sucked up in it, just like the thing from Nope.
Right, but yeah, so it took me a couple weeks, but now I'm back.
So you had to emotionally recover from that show, unfortunately. Hey, you know what?
It
wouldn't be an MV Young show without somebody having to emotionally recover from it. Okay, and that's you. That's you apparently this time.
And honestly, like it was a damn good show. Go watch it on his Twitch.
Yes, it actually went back because I want to do a final edit of it that we'll put some other places too. But it's over on his Twitch, Broken MV, over there. You can see it. But what you don't see is the bar fight that happened during the rain. So I got to recover that today, and that's going to be a part of the final that's being processed right now. But in the meantime, it's over on their Twitch. So it was a Twitch, free. Go check it out. See what wrestling in a town that has not had much wrestling, going on. It was a really cool thing, and I'm hoping to hear more.
There's a giant penguin mural, by the way, in that city.
And
I drove by it, and I'm like, oh, that's nice.
And not in the same place, but they're going to have a show, actually, I think, next Friday here in the Pittsburgh area, in the same vicinity, actually, with a lot of people, our friends from New Fear City, who I'm also working with this weekend at Maverick MMA up in the Poconos. But they're coming down and with Wrestle Lab, and they're doing a special show. I think it's at the school, maybe, but it's one of the venues down there up the road there. So I'm, as long as nothing comes up for me, I'm there. Like, I'm marked as going. I'm going to get my ticket, and I'm going, guys. So looking forward to that. I just love that there's I love there's other wrestling that like I can go experience when I have a week off, which does not happen. I know like the ones that are friends, are that we work with 2PW RWA this month are all weekends that I'm out of town, unfortunately. But you know me, I just fucking want to go to wrestling, and see our friends wrestle and things like that. That's always the greatest thing to me. But that's enough about that. This is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. If you can't tell, this is like a fan show. Regardless of the fact that like just about all of us here have, and Riz, I count you too, because you technically did production with me, including what you did as a human tent fastener, which, by the way, it's funny because Markman, I think he grabbed the clip about how they're like completely sitting there no selling the storm that's happening, and I'm like literally freaking out behind them trying to in the shot because I'm like, I'll just be right behind them. Who cares, right?
Like, yeah. I don't want to drag this on, but if you could have saw yourself, Sorg.
But I could have saw. No, I did when I went back to edit. I can see exactly what I did.
In the moment, if you saw yourself doing this stuff, like, you would have not recognized yourself. You were going all out.
Yeah.
Like trying to save shit.
Trying to save the fucking show and what my responsibility is there for the day.
And like it's one of those things where it's like, I think he's going to explode soon.
Yeah, I think he's going to explode. It's actually probably not too far off, unfortunately. So, anyways, this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can check out everything. And you can hit us up at that email address. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can also open the proper document here. Hit us up at 412-206-WMS0. I'm glad I memorized this after 800 episodes so that when I don't get the doc up. And also at Mayhem Show on the Twitter. We have a Facebook group that has a lot of great conversation, and also we have a Discord and Reddit if you want to jump on those too and try to start a conversation. We appreciate that. And we are live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook, the YouTube. We're on Twitter. We are on the Sorgatron Media Twitch. We are on the IndieWrestling.us YouTube and Twitch. And tonight, and it's working. It looks like everything's rolling. We are now also broadcasting on the Twitter Spaces for those that like to do that too. James has been out there hanging out with us, watching the show. I think he left out in Chicago, but we'll give him another shout out. But no, yeah, if people want to get in that way, we do appreciate that, and we have a chat open, and we have just about all the chats open. Riz is in there with his great colleagues. Thank you for that over on Twitch.
That was quick. I had to make sure I was there. I wasn't there. I was actually going into the Facebook page. Then I realized, I need to go into Twitch.
There's a giant fucking spider over on the curtain. Oh my God! There's a big fucking spider. If it comes over this, it looks like it. It's gonna either give me powers or a trip to the hospital. But it is gone and out of sight. And if I see it on this desk, and you remember last time there was a spider, and I'm not afraid of spiders, but that's a scary fucking spider over there.
I was gonna say, it kind of sounds like you're afraid of spiders.
I'm afraid of that spider that I just saw, because it was.
Wow, that's specific,
dude. It was this big, dude. It was this big for you guys on video. So it's if Missy was here, we'd be having some problems right now. Anyways, you can find out live what's gonna happen here. So with Spiderville happening. Also, we're on the Spaces. I already mentioned that. Where are we at on this stuff? Oh, and of course, please subscribe to us on your favorite podcast player as well. I know a lot of guys do listen on the podcast, and you can support the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Our friends at and a lot of these guys, we put a call out last Monday after the Vince news from the Friday before of him retiring, and just had a hey, everybody come on and just talk about this. Let's get into this. And we're starting to do that. Reach out more. The people on the Patreon are part of the show, and we do appreciate them and want to get their input. So thank you to our friends on the fan of the show level. Boo diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Burke and Team Hammer Fist. Our friends at the Poppy Club level, Dave Bonner and Bobby F. J. Town. At the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy and The Riz. Hi, Riz. And at the manager level, Bradley and the Mother of Dragons, Tina Keys. You guys can support the show, too. Get a couple extra things in your mailbox here at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Help keep it going. And let's get into, where do we start at? So last night, just as a little precursor, we did talk about last night a lot of the vibes of watching SummerSlam and Raw after the post Vince situation. We did talk about, at least Mike had, I have some background conversations with people that were behind the scenes at the Ric Flair show, and then Mike, of course, was there got to watch the Ric Flair show. So I guess first, like, let's go to you, Riz, and like, you've watched SummerSlam and presumably Raw, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what are your vibes kind of coming off in the chat room? Please let us know what you've been feeling about it.
First and foremost, MVP goes out to Michael Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never saw somebody in WWE get this much better because somebody's not in his ear yelling at him anymore.
Yeah.
And like, there were moments at SummerSlam, and I believe there were moments on SmackDown too, where Michael just let it out, said, like, there's nobody talking to his ear, and there's nothing stopping him now.
Corey Graves, I liked you when you didn't have an opinion, or you weren't allowed to have an opinion. There's a great TikTok, because Mike, you talked about this last night about how he seemed unburdened over everything, and there's a TikTok that illustrated all of that between SmackDown and SummerSlam, and with clips.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like everyone's getting a fresh start.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone top to bottom. Like, you have Seth Rollins not in the main event of the card, which I'm sure he probably appreciates, and getting to fight Montez, who doesn't have a lot of singles matches. Like,
Right.
Like, just refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Refreshing. Like, Chad Gable got to shine on Raw. Mustafa Ali got to shine on Raw. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if something big is going to happen for Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, Ciampa.
I have
Ciampa. Jeez.
Ciampa's the obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
But so on SummerSlam, there's a Kevin Owens video package. On Raw, there's a Kevin Owens superstar fact. I think we're building to something, and I think it's kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Kevin Owens until after Clash at the Castle.
Mm-hmm. But something big.
But I feel like Ciampa isn't the only one that's going to be getting kind of not even a repackaging, but like a refreshing.
Tina's pointed out that you actually lost track of time when it came to Raw this week, and it was refreshing. You can tell Cole and McAfee have been working with each other. Even the Cole McAfee thing actually has been a pretty great story on its own. Outside of all this, but
McAfee's just kind of a better version of Corey Graves. I hate
yes,
but I'm not against. Yeah, I get that. Corey, I feel like we'll get to you, Riz. I'm not forgetting about you, Corey.
Yeah, sorry,
I think Corey is very good. I think Corey is very, very good. I think Corey has settled into what he needed to fit the corporate thing a little bit, right?
Corey has JBL'd.
Yes.
When he should.
Yes.
He has JBL'd when he should have Taz'd.
Right. So you say Taz'd?
Taz?
Yeah. Michael Cole and Taz on commentary was phenomenal, and Taz on commentary in AEW is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's fun. I mean,
I just never saw Taz as a verb before.
Oh yeah, no,
I think you could definitely Taz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can Taz.
I mean, that's everything.
Look, Hook is Tazzing all over the place.
Oh, he's hooking Taz all over the.
Oh,
yes. Jeez.
No, that just sounds wrong now.
Well, no, but I appreciate all of it. I mean, I'm just so excited for it. Riz, you were trying to get into something there.
Yeah, I wanna stop everything and say one thing. It's that the us and everybody in chat, despite what we think, despite where we hear, we all need to come to this conclusion that Logan Paul is a good wrestler.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
here's our controversy for tonight, folks.
All right. Logan Paul's had 2 matches
Yeah.
with the safest possible people.
Who were their opponents? Who were their opponents at WrestleMania?
Mysterio.
It was Mysterio. Okay,
Mysterio.
thank you.
The safest possible people he could fucking work with. Secondly, months to train.
Yeah.
Thirdly, doesn't take bumps every night. He did fine. I'm not putting him above Stephen Amell.
No,
I'm not putting him above Pat McAfee.
I'm not either.
I'm not putting him above Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting him above Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did fine.
Like I said, he's a.
If this is what he wants to do, okay, sure. Still a garbage
human. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I get that.
Okay.
But WWE is not, not filled with some garbage human beings.
Yeah, I mean, this is an unfortunate fact of professional wrestling and entertainment as a whole.
Well, yeah.
So, but,
yeah.
but other than that,
So,
yes, I'm with you on that. I mean,
taking that out of it, and him working with, and like you said, him having to work with the safest, technically the most tenured individual in Rey Mysterio, as well as having the Miz, who was just like him, in like coming up. It's like it's morphing into a thing where, yeah, he is fitting a mold. He's fitting that mold, and like Tina said, he's getting better. And like I don't like it because I have to give him props.
and also,
no, Riz, you don't have to.
No,
but I'm not going to sit here.
You can just say I didn't hate that match.
I'm not. Yeah, I can say that.
You don't have to sit here and be over the moon about the guy.
Plus, let's be real. Miz carried him in that match.
Sure.
Miz, we call Miz King of Safe Style for a very important reason.
Yes, and he's a great dance partner. He's a great leading dance partner, and obviously he was in this case. But
he was on Dancing with the Stars. We all know him.
Right?
He got beat by Juggles.
But also, obviously, like Logan's got to do his part and looked good doing it. Like there's a very special skill to do what he's doing and not look awkward. We talked about this last night. Sorry to recap. But Riz, I'd love your input on this. I love Pat McAfee. I think McAfee is great. But Pat McAfee still looks like Riz, you've been at so many indie shows with me. Like, people we know now that are killing it. You remember when Katie Arquette and Ziggy and Britt Baker didn't know what to do with their hands in the middle of a match. You know what I mean? Like that awkwardness.
I can go back further.
Logan Shulo, Elias.
Keep going. Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano, yes.
Natalia still doesn't know.
There's that. But like Pat is still like, he's very good at that. He's a great personality. But when he's out there, like that thing where I'm sorry, this is very nitpicky, and to nitpick a person on the level that he is, that is phenomenal. But it is a noticeable thing, is like, his arms kind of like hang sometimes, right? What was one thing I noticed when he was getting hit versus like
Sorg's a punter.
There you go.
But that's how they line up.
Yeah,
that's how they line up, and that's how.
So he's going to default.
If he was ever to take a hit in football, that's how he takes a hit.
So it's like those kinds of things. He hasn't had enough experience to break that, right? And I don't know if it's a level of.
I don't think he should.
Okay.
I don't think he should.
That's his style. That's his resting pose, right?
It adds a level of realism to it a little bit.
Okay,
because,
I gotcha.
Like there are points where he does like springboards and stuff like that, and sometimes he has to like take that extra second to steady himself before doing the
or
spot.
nearly fucking fall off the top.
Yeah.
That was fucking scary, dude.
Because you could see that turnbuckle and that rope, those ropes that he was on, they were very slick.
Well, you're outside. I can imagine it was humid in Nashville, because they're relatively, I think, the same weather that we get here, and in Pittsburgh. So it was probably just like crazy humid slippiness, right? So yeah.
But nobody else had that problem though. I think it might be.
Well, he doesn't have experience about when he runs into that problem, right? So yeah, exactly. He's working with a guy that's a complete vet in there. You know, Baron. It's amazing to think that Baron's been around for as long as he has, so he knows what the fuck he's doing in there, and has been doing it this whole time. So, yeah. So it's interesting. It's real interesting. So,
and while we're at it, Happy Corbin. This is the best Baron Corbin's been.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I'm full of these today, so just go at it.
Riz is just appreciating.
Logan,
he's got this like purely positive T-shirt on right now. Show that off. What you got? What you pick up? I just hope growth wrestlers have fun. There it is. That's good. Rub the nipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eat your heart out.
There you go. There you go. I just hope both wrestlers have fun. I just can't wait to be at a show with you when you you're sporting that guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, we need to go to like a hardcore violence match for that thing. Let's do that. Let's do that. Or Kaiju Big Battle, or
Kaiju Big Battle. I'll go.
Obviously, it's a de facto shirt for Enjoy Wrestling, but we wear it to RWA. So
I just want to point out,
and wave it and rave at Ryan Edmonds.
Yeah, I don't want Nick Gage to see this shirt because he will stab me with a light tube. Multiple times.
But Riz, that's him having fun. So it's really kind of your own fault.
Not wrong.
Have you seen Dark Side of the Ring?
No, I purposely avoid watching a lot of it.
Yeah, unless he has to.
He did rob a bank for fun.
He did. Well, was that for fun?
He didn't really have a good reason to.
He didn't have a good reason, but
he just said, "I'm going to do this."
Yeah,
did it.
Yeah, so go and enjoy Moxley versus Effie. So that's one to check out.
Fucking awesome.
So so a lot of great things happen there. I think so like, are we happy wrestling fans now? What is this? There's nothing to complain about.
It's almost
like
right? Old guy.
Oh no, Sorg, there's still plenty to complain about.
Thank you for that.
There's still plenty to complain about.
By the way, I'm happy that Botchamania turned around on SummerSlam so quick this weekend. They must have been having a good one.
I do have. I want to come back for one thing, real quick. Ever know, like, just can you pinpoint when SummerSlam turned
through the night?
What do you mean?
Like, can you pinpoint the moment where SummerSlam went from a great pay-per-view to a good pay-per-view?
I don't think it did.
Wait, are you talking about on Sunday night or through its history?
To Saturday night.
I think it was a great pay-per-view. I think there was a lull. There was a lull in the middle, and it's called Ronda Rousey.
Oh no, that's.
But the second Brock lifted the fucking ring with a tractor, I didn't really care about what happened the previous 3.5 hours.
And this is what we talked about. This is what we talked about a little bit last night, Riz. Was like, because I got the same feeling from WrestleMania. I'm not here to see a night of great wrestling. I'm here to see a fucking spectacle, right? And that's what we got.
And not that Ronda Rousey provides great wrestling.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
Okay. Other than that, but they also point that Charlotte and Ronda Rousey was the match my wife fell asleep on, and in the stadium at WrestleMania. Also,
yeah, I don't blame her.
Also, we were running on an hour of sleep, but
No, but I don't. All right. Besides the triple threat match, can anyone name and her first tag team match with Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Stephanie? Can anyone name one good Ronda Rousey match?
Not really.
Or memorable one that you enjoyed?
No, but you can say that about a lot of people, especially the big ones that come in like that. I mean, I guess, yeah, Brock has memorable matches, but also he has kind of two phases of his career.
But see, the thing is, I hate Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
I can name a few decent Goldberg matches that I enjoy.
Okay.
Since it like in his WWE run.
Okay.
I can't do that for Ronda Rousey.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they're billed and booked the same way.
Yeah.
It's just Ronda has gotten progressively worse at every aspect of her job, and Goldberg has just stayed the same.
And that's the wonder: is that going to change? Are we going to continue to place these same? I would be really surprised if we find our big events in the next year continuing to be the Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, Goldberg shows for ratings pops. I
doubt it.
I'm hoping, I feel like the book was already closing on all of those names, except for maybe Ronda because she's a little younger in the career. But I don't know. Like I just feel like I think WrestleMania is going to be real interesting this year, and
WrestleMania might be a closeout for a lot of those people.
And I think
WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
Sure. But I also think, I think we're going to see, and we're still going to see, we're going to see the Johnny Knoxville type thing. We're still going to see the Logan Paul thing.
You know what? Give me Johnny Knoxville versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm in for it.
That.
I'm in for that.
Yeah.
Give me that. And in fact, fuck it. Let's go exactly the way you should. Let's team Sami Zayn and Logan Paul against Johnny Knoxville and The Miz.
Absolutely. Well, hey, you know what?
Why not?
Let's take a real quick break here because I think we're just going to continue with a lot of this conversation anyways. But if you want to mix things up a little bit and check out some other stuff, you want to see some of those people when they're a little unsure, go check out IndieWrestling.us. We got a lot of stuff there over the years. A lot of the names that we were talking about, look them up. There's a lot of them on our YouTube page. There's a lot of them on the IndieWrestling.us VOD page, over on the network, over on the YouTube members. So we got a lot of great stuff going on there. If you want to check out shows from our friends at Prospect Pro Wrestling coming up this week, get caught up on them. If you want to check out Spotlight Slam premiering every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. on YouTube, at 11 p.m. on Grind City, on wherever you can get that app, Android, Roku, or on the web at grindcity.biz. And very soon on another four-letter word with a plus by it that I'm waiting for them to post. That will be available. Also, they say the network, the Ringside members on YouTube, however you would like to digest your indie wrestling, and we got some very cool things in the works for the next several months, and some great partners we'll be working with. But a lot of very exciting stuff. Check out Victory Championship Wrestling coming up in a month. Catch up that Super Oprah versus Madman Fulton headlined that last show that they did. Watch Pretty Boy Smooth's Rise Grand Championship run still going against some awesome names like Ron Mathis, like Jackson Stone over the last several months. It's tremendous. Watch Revenge.
Is Jackson Stone the one that scared me, sort of?
I think so. What the hell is he call himself?
Suplex Shogun.
Suplex Shogun. Yes. He's a very intimidating individual. So. I believe at one point he was being scouted for a Shane Taylor Promotions, and that makes a lot of sense. It just so much more from all of our friends out there, Renegade Wrestling Alliance as well, and Revenge Pro coming up in a couple weeks. Bill Collier, their champion up there, that's been doing some great stuff. If you haven't seen, go back and watch some of the old Revenge Pro shows with Bill Collier and Wardlow's run there again before he the current TNT champion Wardlow. So a lot of good stuff. Go check it out, and while you're doing it, you are supporting. You're supporting production for a lot of these independent professional wrestling groups, like a lot of these that we do directly support that production through these products and you guys supporting these videos. So it's very important to that, because otherwise these guys would not be able to do decent video production through a lot of their groups. So please go check it out. Support these guys. Support these companies. You never know who you're going to see on your TV next week. Like literally next week at this point. So it really feels like that, right? And we thank everybody that does work with us. We got great crews that are working with us, and we're building up and just have plans to even try to build it even more and have some pretty cool things we want to do in 2023. So support that so we can keep going with an IndieWrestling.us. I'm sorry for the most extensive IndieWrestling.us please support us ad that we've ever done, but I don't know. I'm just really feeling some vibes right now, and it's pretty cool. Like, I'm so happy with wrestling, you guys.
Hey,
like,
Sorg, you want to be not happy about wrestling?
oh, no.
No,
Why?
no,
Why?
no,
Why you got to bring the show down, Mike?
No,
I mean, we don't.
No, I'm just. Where is Wardlow?
I mean, where is Wardlow? Didn't he just?
Where is he? The TNT champion has not been on TV.
But didn't he defend the title at least once?
Nope.
Okay, and now I got to look at numbers on something like this. How often has the TNT champion been defending?
When it was fucking Cody, it was every week.
Sure, because it was Cody, and So.
No, but it's their secondary title.
Mm-hmm.
It's their secondary title. He hasn't been on. He defended against Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
Like a month ago.
It wasn't a month ago. Come on.
It was July 13th.
July 13th? That's like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
It's like the third episode ago. It was like the first week of Fyter Fest.
All right, so it was 3 weeks ago. Excuse me, I'm a week shy.
Okay.
But I guarantee he's not on this week. So it'll be a month.
Now I'm kind of curious about it. They were building him up for another match, if I recall. I feel like he's going to pop up on Rampage or something. So let me see if I can find the card that we have this week for that kind of stuff. Mike, we don't have this cadence where everybody's on every fucking show every week with AEW. I don't know if you've noticed
secondary champion.
Okay. When's the last time you saw the Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown? I honestly don't know. So that might be something.
Gunther's on every week. Thank you very much.
Gunther's the Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah.
Oh,
you should watch fucking SmackDown.
Apparently I got. Well, now I have reason to. So I mean, things change. So oh no, it's just
Gunther's on every week.
There's all stuff about Dark right now. So but that's been their cadence though. Like nothing about this seems out of sorts. Okay.
But it doesn't make you built this whole thing up with Wardlow.
Yeah.
You built it all up. You gave him the title, and then nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He gets to be the champion. I don't know.
But what good is a champion if you're not on shows?
Okay. Maybe I don't know how to express my how I want to say this. Riz, what's your take on this? Should Wardlow be on more often with the TNT title?
There's a lot of people on that roster.
Also true.
There's at least 2.5 companies on that roster.
Why was Wardlow not at Forbidden Door? Couldn't find a single big Japanese guy to put him up against?
Wardlow versus Ishii.
Well, I mean, Ishii didn't make it.
Ishii
Ishii didn't make it, but someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your secondary champion is not at this Forbidden Door multiverse smashing event.
Well, you got to be careful, too. How many champions were on that show?
A lot.
We had the women's championship. Seriously,
we had titles defended from 3 different companies.
What remind me, even though I was there, but remind me what was defended. We had the interim title situation. We had the women's title, which wasn't even a crossover match.
There was Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre.
We had the tag team. Wait, Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre. Was that for anything?
All right, the matches for titles There was for the ROH and IWGP tag titles, the 3-way.
Okay.
The AEW All Atlantic Championship.
Okay.
The AEW Women's Championship. The IGP US Heavyweight Championship. The IGP World Heavyweight Championship. And the AEW Interim World Championship.
Okay.
You could have put them on there. If you're going to have that fucking show go 18 hours and you don't feature your secondary champion.
One, this is a collaboration. And, you know, and it just didn't make the cut. Did you want one more match on there, Mike?
I'm sorry, we didn't need fucking what was there was a match I know I saw that we didn't fucking
I'm sure it's the one that involved Jericho.
I mean, yeah, but I mean you could like even on the pre-show.
Which by the way, now we're bitching because we put the TNT title on the pre-show. No,
at least it'd be represented.
There's nothing that felt lacked in that show as a show. So putting a title on just to represent a title, the TBS title wasn't there either, Mike. So, you know, what do you want? So
but I've come to terms AEW's never going to book 2 women's matches on the same show.
Okay, yeah,
so.
there's that too. But anyways, aside from that ongoing issue that has not been resolved yet, obviously. But okay, that was the IWG US title with Orange Cassidy. I forgot about that one. As a title, it was just a fun fucking match. But anyways.
But like we created an entirely new championship, and they didn't even bother to showcase the one they already had.
Okay, well, it was more important in the context of that show to showcase that new one. It was more interesting than doing something with the TNT Championship.
By the way, Pac also hasn't been on Dynamite since then.
No, Pac has been defending the title. That has become their like traveling championship. Like when Impact, if you're on a members thing with Impact, you get the digital championship being defended, or the X Division championship being defended at like Wrestling Revolver, right? That's what's happening there. We had a match from the UK of Pac and it's hurting my head now. It was the same show where Thunder Rosa and the one girl that she just faced for the title had the eliminator match. So I think that's, you know, they're doing something different and interesting there. And we don't know what the stated production ongoing mission of that title is. Wardlow's shooting a fucking TNT movie of the week. I don't know.
I guarantee he's not.
Why? Well, come on, guy. Listen, Mike. I know you haven't met him in person, but Michael Q. Wardlow is a gentleman and a scholar, and I'm sure has many talents.
He is, and I'm just saying.
He once yelled at me because my lights were on. My lights were off. And I immediately turned them off.
Yes.
Yeah, Riz, that's on you.
Riz, being intimidated by pro wrestlers since 2005. So,
yes.
And that's why he's a TNT champion, because he's a nice guy that helps Riz with his lights. There you go.
But it's not just a Wardlow problem; it's a TNT title problem.
Okay.
Like they've made that championship. They have not had a single storyline. Apart from Cody.
What?
Apart from Cody.
Disagree. The whole Scorpio Sky, the Sammy, as much as we
Scorpio
hated it,
was barely booked.
But he was all over that show for a few weeks. What are you talking about, dude? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's on everything, and it seems like he was everywhere.
No, but see, you watch the internet shows.
Okay.
I don't watch those.
Okay.
I watch the TV.
Mike, remember the thing I said last night about it's really great if you just drop into a show, and then there's shows are great by themselves, but if you want more of these things exist, but it's not necessarily detracting. The problem is I think you want everything on the main show.
Yes.
Which is a physical impossibility. What you want does not exist.
I'm sorry. We don't need Scissor Me Daddy Ass on the main show.
Fuck you. I want Scissor Me Daddy Ass on the main show. That is prime time shit right there. A music video dropping on Rampage, that is fucking gold. You don't know how to run television, Mike.
Sword.
You think you work in a TV studio or something, Mike?
Sword. They built them all up as a team.
Yes.
For months.
Yes.
And having Billy Gunn side with the Acclaim.
Yes.
And then just had him turn on the Acclaim for no fucking reason.
Listen, I am not going to justify the weird meandering decisions of wrestling booking because I understand.
You just tried to.
You just tried to.
If you're not going to justify it, if it's not going to have a meaningful turn, then it doesn't belong on your television program.
Okay, well,
it belongs on the internet for people who want to explore other avenues.
Explore other, like scissoring.
I'm sorry,
like scissoring.
like the amount of TV time devoted to that could have been devoted to your TNT championship or to a second women's match or to any other thing of consequence. It doesn't give ratings, Sorg. Yeah, I'm not scissoring you.
I'm trying to figure out how to scissor you through the camera.
There you go.
Okay,
Sorg.
see?
Well,
there you go.
can't
There you
scissor-
go. Oh, yeah. Scissor me, Rizzy!
There we go.
Scissor me, Rizzy!
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, it worked!
Oh.
We made a connection
I
through
don't
this
like that.
lens,
I don't like
through the
it.
interwebs, into fucking Elon Musk SpaceX bullshit, down to the Riz's hole. Riz is done. Riz is done.
Riz is gone.
And that's how we save the show.
Scissor me,
but it was
Rizzy is what got him off the show.
Wait. It is. Oh, I thought we were saying the match tomorrow is going to be a dumpster fire. I didn't realize it's actually a dumpster match
Yeah,
between
it's a
Gun Club
dumpster
and the
match.
Acclaim. Okay,
I'm sorry.
cool.
We don't need
it's
that
a
shit.
callback to Billy Gunn. I enjoy that.
Stop doing fucking callbacks to another company.
You can't ignore that wrestling
can't.
doesn't exist other way.
You absolutely can. WWE does it all the time.
Yeah, because they're WWE and they can make that decision.
No, it's because no other company lives rent free in their heads.
I mean, how many war game matches have we seen in indie wrestling?
Okay.
I
Like-
genuinely don't know that answer.
Yeah,
I've seen at least
I mean,
three.
there was usually
my
like
lifetime.
one a year for a while there. So there's one coming up in a month in West Virginia that we're filming. So,
Yeah, like it's not. They're gonna use different avenues.
Riz, things have unfortunately changed, but originally on my docket was to film 2 War Games matches in one weekend. You know that.
No, I did not.
I mean, it's not publicly a thing, but and I think things have changed. But initially, in the very near future, I was supposed to cover. I probably wasn't going to be at both shows, but I would have been part of the production of 2 War Games matches.
But still, we have
Happy September, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we have a war game style match in AEW.
Sure.
Blood and Guts.
Sure.
We have the dumpster match, which was again in WWE. All we need, we've had the barbed wire everywhere match, which is like an ECW thing, and GCW, and
yeah, I think it's more a call
whatever.
to the FNW days. Oh, so I did watch the FNW Dark Side of the Ring. Holy
the FNW
shit.
stuff.
Yeah, more of that AEW barbed wire original match makes more sense now after that one.
Right. So they're only one Russo Revenge type match away from just doing everything.
3-tiered cage. 3-tiered cage. 3-tiered cage.
Where they have to get the title and
Patricia
walk
Arquette
back down the range.
Patricia Arquette is the AEW champion.
Oh God, no. That'll be something.
It's a weird crossover they do with Severance. Or Medium. Or you just call back the Medium the whole time. So, damn it. Anyways, this is enlightening. This has been enlightening, you guys. So, well, we'll see. And let us know in the chat, anywhere else. Are you...
DP says, but we need a 10-minute Jericho segment every week.
Well,
Nope.
you know.
And the answer is no, we don't.
We just need him to come out, have everybody sing one of the most overrated theme songs, and leave.
Hey, I love that song.
It's an overrated theme song.
I love singing it every time I'm there. Like it's a feel good moment. It's like because I don't go to concerts anymore. So
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, I'm not going to the gathering this week, guys. Actually, I probably wouldn't be here if I was going to the gathering this week.
I know you would be there.
I couldn't drag Riz to it. Everybody that said they were going to the gathering with me said no, and I looked at the lineup, and nothing was really kind of hitting me, and I'm still not completely up for concerts post-COVID. And I'm just thinking, like, man, it's not gonna like it'd be good. It would have been a good time, but it's just like I don't want to, I can do other things, and literally like make money this weekend. So that was part of the decision.
Let me check this out.
But anyways, but Riz, I have like the next 2 weekends off now. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay,
you're gonna make your own gathering.
Yes, we're gonna go to my backyard. So the porch is up there, and it's kind of like a stage. It's going to feel just like it.
Are we having?
I'm going to get. Are we having what?
Are we having Sorkstock again?
Let's do Sorkstock mini edition. You know what?
Oh no.
Oh! I got an idea. So here's what we do. I'm spitballing here because we have so many elements in play that I'm realizing. We can have. I can get some cases of Faygo and throw it at people off of my porch. Not too many people. Let me put it this way. I could not put a wrestling ring in my backyard.
No.
Don't think I can.
Sorg, you can have races of rolling empty bottles of Faygo down that hill.
That is true, too. Now, I do have more property now. Unfortunately, half of it is vertical. So
now you
have
have seen Choco Pro.
You need to quickly read the Sideways Stories from Wayside School, and just get ideas.
Okay, so here's an open pitch to MV Young because he's the expert at this. We need a backyard no ring show, just simply for the fact that we couldn't fit a ring. Otherwise, we would. Unless anybody has one of those extreme midget wrestling rings, that would fit. That would technically fit in my backyard.
Is MCW anywhere?
Was MCW? I know a person that knows a person. I don't know where they're based out of, though. It might be Ohio. But in the ring,
probably some small town.
Oh, that hurts.
Hey, remember that time you?
What's that, Riz?
I was like, you remember that one time we had?
No, Riz, we're not bringing that up again. No. So there's okay, but yeah, no, we can have a whole 10 people there. That's or maybe we can borrow the neighbor's yard because they have more room. Also not flat. I mean, if we put a ring up, we're going to have to level some stuff, and I don't know how that's going to work. So
I mean, to be fair, you do live on like the end of the road.
End of the road. Oh wait, we could just put it in the ring.
You just put it right in
and all the crackheads all the crackheads down. I mean, you put it at the right time of the day. The crackheads down the hill are not leaving anyways, and they all walk up the hill, so it's not like we're blocking them. So
I mean,
like,
if they want to help out with, if they want to help out with the ring,
they've done this. Like they have to do these block parties sometimes. Like they'll close down the street at the church, like. That the whole second block between here and my house, and they'll do that. And I've seen this happen some other places. I was like, we could do, man. And I'm starting to get a little friendlier with my neighbors again. I'm not friendly with the ones down the hill that would be the most affected by this. But we could close down the street, put a ring in the middle of it. Yeah. So what are we doing right now, Riz?
Just put the ring right in front of those neighbors.
the ones that block my parking, right? Just put a ring in front of their house. Like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I mean, you didn't ask permission to put your car here, so I put this ring here. So yeah, it's like,
easy clap.
What is happening? Anyway, sad face, no mean. Yes, exactly. So, and anyways. Let's go to a break real quick so I can collect myself before I pitch something that somebody actually says yes to. And then my wife gets really mad at me. But anyways, hey, you know what? You're not gonna get mad if you bring home to your wife or significant other or partner or your dog. Friends are Slice on Broadway. I'm treating you today. For some Slice on Broadway, New York City style, yins are made. And I'm just sitting here looking at my Google Photos, reminding me of all those good times in New York City and eating some Slice because it's the closest I can get. And it really fits for that vibe. Check them out. 4 locations in the Pittsburgh area if you are around. And I'm telling you, don't let me. I have an opportunity to go back to Seattle. Please hit me with tips for traveling pizza in a plane. And we're going to get some Tupperware. Throw that in the carry-on, or I'm sorry, the check bags. No, I don't do check bags for Seattle usually, but we'll have to. Listen, if I just check a bag shaped like a pizza box, is that suspicious?
Carry on with the just with a plastic or a Ziploc bag of pizza. Hold it up, show that there's nothing in there. You should be good to go.
Good to go. Good to go. Can I get a pizza-shaped Ziploc bag, perhaps? That has to exist.
I put pizza in Ziploc bags all the time.
Oh yeah.
That's
and like I've always said, and I think Matt and Mike, you've said it too. Slice on Broadway is the best reheatable pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crust, the crisp.
It's even.
I had it last week.
Yep.
I actually showed Sorg the actual pizza.
Yes.
This time. But yeah, one of the best pizzas in Pittsburgh.
There you go. There you go. Check out Slice on Broadway. We will be back with more. I'm sure I'll pitch another show that won't happen. We'll be back right after this in about a minute or so.
Legendary podcast.
Works on the TV network on Roku.
Grind City. And you know this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like right place, right time, out of nowhere.
So what you saying?
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier, but this is a 2-on-1 mugging.
Steel Panther, the Riz says on the break. Riz is looking at the lineup for the Gallery of the Juggalos on the break, and he's just like, yeah man, I wouldn't even go to this. Like you would. Like
I wouldn't even go to it if like you would pay me to go.
Well, what the hell, dude? What the hell?
I want to point out, is Egyptian lover, Latin lovers,
I don't know. Like, I haven't looked at this lately,
brother,
actually.
Or
what is I don't know. I've seen the stuff on there, and I was like, I'm not even interested at this point. You know, I mean, I love this stuff, and I would be fine if I went, but
like the only two people that I would go, two bands or people I would go see, are Steel Panther and Sir Mix-a-Lot. That's it.
Right. Well, so and I mean, there's other stuff like Green Jelly is going to be there, which that's always fun. That was Green Jelly, Green Jello, Three Little Pigs. You don't know this stuff? Riz, jeez, it's an experience.
Do I look like I know anything about Insane Clown Posse except for the one joke that I always make about magnets?
Mike, do you know who Green Jello is? Green Jelly depends on which before or after the.
I've heard of Green Jelly, not Green Jello.
Yes. Okay, you guys remember the Maximum Carnage video game?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I know it.
They did. They did the soundtrack to that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I know it. I
know.
always remember when I was a kid that logo popped up, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Green Jelly is.
Yeah, it was a very nice.
They helped make Maximum Carnage, so they can't be bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this like, it's like, I mean, this is an old Juggalo show. Slick Rick's gonna be there, right?
Woo!
Cybertronic Spree, they dress like freaking Transformers in play. I've been wanting to see them for a while. I've been like part of my travel like goals is to take dudders to Transformers Con where they play a lot. Because I feel like
are we talking Sorgan to going by himself?
To what? To the gathering?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even happening now. I'm like I say, I'm booked, dude. I'm heading out of town Friday. So
I mean, you're gonna miss the
Sword got
sex
off that
waffles.
trampoline.
yeah, I got that. Yeah, yeah, again, I'm just so out of the loop on this. I don't know, but you know, long are the days where Vanilla Ice played at these things and Coolio and you know, things like that. So I you know, it's fine, but
Sword, can I shout out a wrestling Twitter account?
Sure.
That's fascinating.
Okay.
It's called @IWC Booking Bot.
Oh no!
Have you seen this?
I have not.
I think I've seen it come across.
No. It's actually it's really really cool, and I'd love to know like the logistics behind it. It will randomly generate matches from all companies on all shows.
My God!
First,
Yes.
the bot. Here's how it works. Is the first tweet. First, the bot chooses which match graphic to use. Then it chooses the division, 49% men's division, 49% women's, 2% intergender. After that, it decides it'll be a title match, 15%, and chooses one. Now it's time to choose the two wrestlers from a pool of 200 plus. Finally, the image is generated and it gets sent to Twitter. So it's an automated thing. Like here is an automated Batista versus Stu Grayson on SmackDown.
Yep.
Okay.
Nikki
Ash versus Tamina at Forbidden Door. Io Sky and Bailey versus Shoko Nakajima and Brie Bella on Dynamite. And notice like they're not like her elbows like in front of Nikki's or Brie's face or something, right? So okay, so basically like they have some kind of auto-generated thing. There's some math and some databasing. Candice LeRae and Ronda Rousey at Forbidden Door.
They really like to use Forbidden Door.
I think this basically started around the time of Forbidden Door's booking.
Yeah. So it's probably like loaded pretty heavy in there.
The one I'm looking at here is Fandango versus Butch, and I would pay to see that match.
Jay Uso versus Rey Fenix. Hello.
Yeah.
Athena and Layla Kershaw.
Xavier Woods versus Gato.
Shane McMahon and El Desperado at Forbidden Door. How about Bianca Belair and Awesome Kong at Slammiversary? Jeez.
I would love it.
Billy Gunn and Shelton. This just looks like a SmackDown match. Shelton Benjamin and Billy Gunn.
It probably was.
It probably was one. Yeah. This is pretty incredible. Yeah. No. I
like honestly, I followed it. I think there's one that populates every hour. And some of them are just fantastic.
Look at Xavier Woods and Gato.
Yeah.
Jeez. Like you got at a certain point you just start looking at the matches and not the like what the show is because it gets kind of weird. And you know you're seeing Marina Shafir and Mai Sakura, Brock Anderson.
You have a title match.
Brock Anderson and Finn Balor for the NXT North American Championship on Raw. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
What the fuck
There was one.
What is Fukushima?
There was one a couple days ago where it was China versus Jade Cargill, and I'm like,
talk to me. Yes.
Yeah.
How about Dakota Kai versus Jay White at Slammiversary?
I love that.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Now you got me.
It's just a fun little thing.
It is.
I saw,
it is.
And I figure everyone on this show, if you're not already familiar with it, you'd love it.
This
as
is
much
great.
As I do.
This is a Roman
Reigns. And I
tribute.
love that they're introducing tag team matches into it too. But like, on July 31st, The Undertaker versus Leo Rush on Raw.
Jeez. Haruka Goto versus Okada on SmackDown.
Slammiversary. Omos versus the Great Muta.
Yep. Sign me up. I'm in. I'm all the way
fantastic.
in on that.
This is really kind of fantastic, actually.
We can just do this the entire time now.
Yeah, I'm just going to scroll through this. Oh, Awesome Kong and Tamina. Yeah. Jeez.
Danhausen versus Sami Zayn.
This is fantastic.
On SmackDown.
Oh, and one of the pinnacles. I think this might have been what made me follow them. On July 30th, Becky Lynch versus Seth Rollins on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how in the world of randomly generated wrestlers does that happen?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful. Like, I just... It
That's
makes
cool.
it fun.
That is fun. That is fun. Well, you see that a
Rhea,
lot because
Rhea Ripley versus Awesome Kong.
yeah, yeah. Oh, jeez, that is some dream match shit right there. Can we talk about Ricky Starks for a second?
Sure.
Yeah,
absolute.
That was one of the highlights of last week.
Sorg,
Holy crap.
You just stepped all over my joke.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Ask if we can talk about Ricky.
Can we talk about Ricky Starks for a moment?
Absolutely.
Oh, friend of the show, Ricky Starks, by the way.
Yeah.
Hook gets the FTW belt, or he does he gets Danhausen, puts him away pretty quick, asks for another challenger like he did the week before. Hook comes out, obliterates him. He comes out, and then he gets on the mic. It starts like doing this super passionate, holy crap.
Hold on. Obliterate too. Hook won.
Yeah, no. Hook obliterates Ricky then.
Let's not gloss past that.
Yeah.
I know you want to get to Ricky Starks and the cool thing that happened.
But this is all a part of it.
Yeah. Taz got to commentate on his son winning the championship that Taz created. And that little boy has stared at his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That is the sweetest fucking thing in wrestling.
Yes.
Like, that was absolutely beautiful. And there was a backstage interview with Taz and Hook afterwards. And Taz is still trying to be a tough guy, but you can tell he's choking up because, like,
yeah.
Wrestling sometimes is really, really wonderful.
Yes, and that's definitely one of those cases for sure. I love it. But no, that's pretty. That was a really cool moment, followed by another pretty great moment because the Ricky promo was complete fire, and the Hobbs turn, which of course we have, like, Hobbs will appear tomorrow night, so obviously we'll be pushing that forward to see where that story is going to go. So like. And we know Ricky has been kind of back and forth because of his injury status and everything like that too. Has been part of the start and stop with him. So I'm hoping this means that we're at a state where he is at a good point to move forward and they can do some fun stuff with him. Because, like, man, and I know, like, vibe wise he looks like it. They did the photo shoot and everything. But he does feel second coming of Rocky Maivia, doesn't he?
Give me Ricky Starks versus Jon Moxley right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like he
and
is
make it for the title.
On that fucking cusp, and he's always been great. He's always been great, undeniably. But
Ricky Starks is everything WWE wants Theory to be.
Oh yeah. My gosh.
I've said this for months.
Mm-hmm.
This just solidifies it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm with you 100% on that. That guy is gonna have. He's gonna get a TNT. I feel like he's definitely gonna be in the TNT hunt in the next year, and he could be. We talk about, like, we've needed time for AEW to build up their own kind of stars, right? And Ricky is on that. Is definitely on that angle, right? And could definitely be a top competitor for the title within the next. I'm gonna say, hedging bets 3 years. You know what I mean? It could be faster if he shoots up as much as he could. So I think that's going to be very interesting. So, man, so that was a pretty good one out of last week. And what else is going on over there, guys? Is popping for you?
That's the main thing, honestly, because, like, the Jericho stuff, I could take it or leave it.
I get you. I think it's doing very good with what it is. And that's fine. I am also kind of like, really, we're gonna do Jericho and Moxley again, But it's
no, now we're not. Now he's gonna fight Wheeler.
Well, no, he's fighting Wheeler this week for his shot at him. At Moxley.
I thought it was actually
no. This is a stopgap match. So we're still officially-ish booked for the Quake on the Lake in I think next week, with Mox and Jericho, But remember, Wheeler talked him into putting his title shot on the line against him. So there's that. And you can read into that what you kind of expect or not or whatever, the booking 101-ish kind of stuff there. But still, I mean, Jericho Wheeler could be a fun match. And it could be just a bunch of shenanigan JAS stuff too. So, whatever. The other
timeout.
Go ahead, Riz.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Do not besmirch the good name of the JAS, even though it's with Jericho.
It also has
Hager.
It also has Hager.
I will say I am pro JAS.
Do not besmirch 2.0.
I don't think that JAS is the best iteration of a Jericho faction yet. I'm not sold on it. But
what JAS is doing, what Jericho is doing, even though we all hate anything that happens with Jericho right now, the people around Jericho, besides Hager, the Dante Martins with them, right?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else then. But the 2.0, like that alone, those two promos that they did after Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But here's the thing. Jericho wasn't in those.
No,
they don't need Jericho.
No, the Jericho is there.
I'm gonna bold statement. AEW doesn't need Jericho anymore.
No, yeah, they don't. But what I'm saying is, Jericho, they needed to be in that group so that people can actually pay attention to whatever the hell 2.0 is doing. Because from my perspective, somebody who has watched old Chikara tapes, have seen 2.0 turn into, and I'm not when I say this, twin biker brothers who wear denim and sell it to people in Chikara crowds perfectly, only to have a match against 2.0, which they won via count out, only to reveal that they were 3.0.
That's the most Chikara explanation I've ever heard. Hey, there's a Lance over on the chat on YouTube saying every Moxley match is exactly the same. I will say no.
And he bleeds immediately
because
like
he wants
fucking
to.
Get it.
Because he wants to, dude. Like, and I say for everyone's exactly the same as the person that directed the Moxley versus Filthy Tom match out in Seattle a few months ago. No, it's not.
Okay, every Moxley AEW match is the same.
Every match. You remember, like, there's somebody who left this show because he realized every match starts with a lockup and felt like wrestling was not different anymore. If you get on that level, it's like, oh yeah, this guy has this batch of moves and this guy has this batch of moves. It's like, yes, of course, you're playing the hits, especially when you get
if you get that in the weeds, then you're out the second you see like an Irish whip.
Yeah, or the figure four, right? So it's like, I'd say if somebody's getting in that space, but if you watch Moxley because you enjoy Moxley, and I think Moxley has enough variation, but also Moxley's deep enough in his career that he's gonna do what works in all that kind of stuff. I just don't think we're not in 5 moves of doom John Cena territory here, okay?
No,
and
it's
John
like
Cena
7 or 8.
And John Cena did pretty good with 5 moves for his career. So I mean, it worked for him.
I'm not saying it harms his career.
Every I think we
every Bret Hart match was the fucking same match.
I think we mentioned this at least once a year for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Every superstar has 5 moves.
On that level, you have the greatest hits. That's how it works.
The Rock uses 5 moves.
Yeah. The Rock uses
Stone
arguably
Cold
less.
uses 5 moves. Hulk Hogan 5. Andre the Giant 3.
Follow up from Lance over. He says, I get your point, Moxley specifically though. Every one of his matches just feels exactly the same to me. Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but like,
and that's you. That's your opinion. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to argue that or anything like that. But I also don't think it's I don't want to say not fair, but it's not.
I agree for the most part because it also has to do with the gimmick that they're currently in, like the Blackpool Combat Club
and what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
And he's the
they're all doing the same thing.
And he's the champion.
Variation.
And he's the champion, so he's going to eventually dispatch whoever's there. There's not going to be much variation on that, right? Versus you can do things with Brian Danielson. And
Daniel Bryanson, you were right before.
Daniel Bryan Danielson. They did something very good with Daniel Garcia, and it was different, and
I could have done without the interference, but yeah.
Sure, but that's how they book wrestling. So, and you like it or you don't, and your ratings in tuning in, it was what's going to judge that. Keep going.
All right. Let's move on to something.
Okay.
They finally announced trios titles.
Yes, I did want to get to this.
Yeah. If you had the Booker Man's pen, who would your first trios champions be?
Best friends.
No. Wow.
Yes.
First trios champion. So what are our choices here? We got Dark Order.
Sword. Anything you want. Because
Okay.
any group of 3 people can become a trio.
Sure, but I think what you're going to end up with is, I think, Undisputed. What are we? Undisputed Elite? Is that what they are now?
But
Sorry.
what version of it?
Well, I think.
That's why I don't think they're winning.
Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly for sure. Are they all good? Are they all?
Could be Cole. It could be Cole and the Bucks.
The stuff I'm seeing on the interwebs.
What I don't want is for the finals of that tournament to be Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly versus Hangman and the Bucks. I don't want that as the finals because that's way too predictable at this point.
It's only the thing they've been calling back to for the last 2 years. So I don't know if this is the combination of it, but what do they do around that? They do around other titles, like they keep dancing around it, kind of thing. So it's just, I'm just going down what we have. You could do Gun Club with Billy in there. You could do Acclaim could pick up a third one. Let's say Dark Order I mentioned, Best Friends. What else have we got? You could do some interesting configuration with Andrade's group. Death Triangle would make a lot of sense. That's that could be a fun fucking tournament. You could bring in some trios that have had the Ring of Honor belts before and change other promotions. You could do you cross over and Dalton Castle and the Boys try to get a second 6-man title? I'm just thinking about the possibilities before I can even answer this. When we're thinking about this, and I know there's some stuff. The Wingmen can be in there just for the hell of it. The Wingmen should be in there at least the first round.
Do the Wingmen even still exist?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They're still doing their thing. They're still doing tags and stuff and accompanying each other. Avalon's coming out, accompanying JD Drake and Nemesis out there and stuff too. It's a dark feature, but I could see them coming up and being a first rounder at least. I'm not expecting much. It's the Wingmen, So, but I just want to see them represented because I think they're very good and very talented and good for their position, right?
By the way, look up Pretty Peter Avalon on TikTok. He's pretty damn good at it.
Oh, damn it. Well, there's a Peter, what is it? The sexy boy of AEW or something like that. It was this trippy fucking video that was on BTE this week. And I'm definitely going on the TikToks. I'm looking up. Is it Pretty Peter over there?
I'm not sure. I only see
we'll just
videos.
Where's search on here? TikTok still confounds me sometimes. Oh, there we go. Peter Avalon. Let's see what's going on over here. Users. Oh, wow. He's straight up right on top, isn't he? And, there's that music video. There it is. Hold on. I think I unfollowed him. I have followed him many times. Yeah, actually, he's been popping up on my feed a little bit because he's been doing some interviews and stuff. Like Peter Avalon says, pro wrestling is like the Muppets. I remember that part.
Yeah.
Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Let me just give you a little bit, enough that we won't get a takedown notice, I hope. This is a little bit of his music video, if you're unfamiliar. It is the Hottest Boy in AEW by Pretty Peter Avalon. So, recommended viewing. Well, I don't know about recommended, but it's viewing. So, yeah, there's a lot happening there. He definitely did this on his TikTok originally. Oh, jeez, that gets weird. I think, when did they tape AEW Dark? Because I'm going to be near Orlando Studios very soon. I need to find a schedule. Damn it. I swear. If I'm there the week they're freaking taping it.
Is it the old TNA Impact?
I do believe, which Mike is familiar with. So that's why he avoids that show.
I know the tickets go fast when they do that.
Oh yeah, I bet. I'll have to look it up. So I'll be there at the end of the month. If there's anything around that, and I don't know days of week or anything, but I got a free Thursday. If it lands on a Thursday, I'm good. So, anyways,
I think they're on Saturdays.
Is there rumors about Moxley? Somebody's saying in the chat room about, or not Moxley, Omega. Are there rumors about him coming back soon?
Yeah. There always are.
There's literally like a Twitter account or something that always pops up that's like such and such days since we've seen Kenny Omega with like a picture of him. So like somebody out there is like really not doing okay. House of Black, thank you, Lance. The YouTube's being helpful tonight. House of Black would be another one that would be in the mix, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. So man, I feel like
I would have my trios champions be William Regal, RJ City, and Orange Cassidy.
we could do. I would say Blackpool, but like they're already like Blackpool has like a lot of gold right now. They have 2 world championships on their team right now. Jeez, like that's incredible. But man,
and still not more incredible than when Bayley and Sasha held all the gold.
That is true too.
That's true.
I know. Yeah, I know. That was a high point, right? So, good stuff. Wrestling's looking good, but it's not the time. Wrestling can also be educational. Guys, what did you learn from wrestling this week? I learned what it takes for RJ City to get in the good graces of William Regal.
I wanted that episode of AEW to be 13 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, I would watch Regal and RJ City reenact an entire series of that British show that they were talking about.
Uh-huh.
That was because I don't know if RJ City expected to connect to Regal on that level. I thought he was just doing a bit.
There was a genuine thing. Yeah.
It kind of seemed like he thought he was just doing a bit, and then Regal was like, "Oh yeah, I watch that show all the time," and then they started talking plot points.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'll never watch the show, but Regal and RJ City, if you wanted to do a podcast about that show, I would listen to your podcast.
Kind of needs to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, like even just an episode of Regal's podcast where all they do is talk about like British soap operas. I'm here for it. I won't understand the difference between a lift and a lorry, but I will still listen to your podcast.
It just so much of that show. I need to have a conversation with RJ. Be like, listen, how much of it is pretty much that, or how much are they in with it? Like we can tell when they're really, really in with it. Like Hardy was really in with it. Vicky and
Cole was
Vicky and Nyla were really in on it. Eddie did his version of being in on it. You know what I mean? When it's more awkward, does that mean it's working, or that means it's not working and that's okay because that's the nature of the show, right? Like, which is
I think the answer to both of those is yes.
Which is such a beautiful, disgusting thing at the same time, right? And that's what RJ does so well, right, Riz?
Right.
He
pushes buttons.
Riz was kind of the original AEW victim.
Not the victim. I was pretty much the host, and then RJ decided to take it away from me.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna do something. Riz, you're gonna come over here, and we're gonna parody AEW with the on air and everything.
The wrestling Mayhem show.
Yeah, we'll get somebody. We'll get somebody in here. We'll see. We'll have you interview like Tyler Klein or something, and see how this goes.
You've seen how awkward I am at wrestling shows.
Yes,
right?
but you realize what we were missing. Notes.
No, I probably had notes.
If you had something in front of you to read, I think
That's
it
true.
would be a whole different animal, and I want to film it. Yes.
I guess.
Riz, we're going to make you a star yet. From the chat room, Tina learned. Now it's fading away. Oh, no, now the phone's dropping. What I've learned is it's good to be patient when it comes to wrestling. I'm just going to enjoy what we see as far as changes in WWE come. It is very exciting. As well, Stokely is a gift that keeps on giving. Wheeler versus Stokely for the ROH Pure title was hilarious. What?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Where was this?
It was on Stokely's Twitter page, I believe.
Okay.
And it was just like, remember when I remember when a couple years ago they had
Him in orange?
or yeah, kind of like that, but
Yeah, cinematic,
quicker.
yeah. Jeez.
I'm building it up, but it's nothing like that. It's amazing.
Yeah. Jeez. Stokely Hathaway. What is this Twitter again?
Stokely Hathaway.
Stokely Hathaway.
I don't think I'm spelling them right. All right, I'll find it eventually. Riz, what did you learn?
I learned that the roast needed one thing. It needed an hour speech with Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Just reliving his 2000 WCW speech where he just rips apart Ric Flair, calling him Nature Boy number 2, because and trying to figure out
from Buddy Rogers.
Yeah, trying to figure out why WCW didn't hire Nature Boy number 1, Buddy Rogers, who died in 1992.
I mean, it's still not a reason to hire him. It was WCW in the mid to late 90s. A dead guy probably would have been the third best worker on their roster.
Jeez.
Again, if you guys want to watch something that's so out there, that's amazing and so brilliantly not done, just watch Scott Steiner's promo on Ric Flair.
Do you want to hear my favorite joke from the roast of Ric Flair?
Are we allowed to say it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's not the one you're thinking of.
Okay. I'm thinking of 2.
No, my favorite joke from the roast of Ric Flair was, I think it was one of the comedians, because the comedians on that were way better than the actual wrestlers.
Well, yeah.
But it was something to the effect of Flair got so drunk one time that the only way he can walk a straight line is if he points his hands to where his feet are supposed to go.
Oh.
And then they did the strut. And I'm like, my God, that's a very well-crafted joke. It's a very well-crafted joke.
There you go.
But so Sorg, I learned this week that Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are monsters.
Yeah.
Especially when they get together.
Yeah.
And especially when they're in some kind of competition with each other. If you guys haven't seen the latest episode of G4's Arena,
I saw clips.
Oh, Sorg, you gotta watch the whole thing. You gotta watch the whole thing.
Oh.
Because Becky and Seth each team with an NFL player who have a beef, and then they have 3 rounds of competition with each other. And the final round is tossing stuff in it. It's basically a giant cornhole game, but with random items. It's the most compelling finish of wrestling you'll see this year. And it's not hyperbole.
Wow.
They also play Fall Guys, which is great.
No, Fall Guys is always great.
Also, if you want to see something that's really cool, I'm sorry, I'll get to you in a little bit. You can continue in a little bit, Mike. The new Legacy Inc. people did a whole series on this, the whole Twitch stream, doing the Fall Guys stuff. They had with community members, and everybody was King Woods. Everybody was King Woods.
Woods is in the Fall Guys now, isn't he?
I bought the skin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that.
Woods, Asuka, and the Undertaker.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry, Mike. I had to get that out there. But
no, that's fine. That's absolutely. But my God, Seth and Becky are just fucking nightmares on that show, and it's the best thing. It's absolutely wonderful. We also there's also one point where Becky is trying to concentrate. She just screams, "Shut up!" and Seth stiffens up like he's doing the Finn freeze in a photo. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
There is sorry, the Fall Guys thing reminded me. I was watching Botchamania, and there was a thing there that was the Brock Lesnar tractor thing from the other night, and Roman falling and tumbling down, and they cut it to Fall Guys. Yeah. So if you play the game,
I've seen a bunch of different versions.
It makes so much sense. Oh my God, there's an Undertaker as well. There's an Asuka. There's a hold on, what is this? There's Xavier Woods. Oh damn it! I'm gonna have to spend some money on Fall Guys now. Jeez. Okay. All right. 2,000. How much is this actually? All right. I'll have to do the math.
Like $20, I think.
Like $20. Okay. All right. We might be doing that then. Mike, did you do your thing?
Yeah, I learned Seth
you
and Becky
did.
are monsters.
Riz learned things. Chat
room. I also learned that Brock should retire because, as I said last night, there is no cooler image.
Oh no,
than
I don't
him
think so.
Sitting.
I really don't think so.
In the corner of that broken ring.
No, that image was pretty incredible.
There's no cooler image. I don't know if I've ever seen a wrestler look cooler in defeat. Like I don't think it's happened. And watching the video of him climb to that just to get that moment where he's like, it's like the end of Game of Thrones. It's like he's sitting on the Iron Throne, but everyone's like, "Oh my God!"
That might be the most fun that guy had in his job. Has to be.
I love that Brock just like he got a wacky haircut and he said, "Hey, you know what? I can actually have fun with this shit." That's what happened.
Him. That's just getting in that place where you're like, I've done pretty good, and I'm just gonna play with this now. You know, he just does what he wants, and and thankfully, it's what we want him to do too. You know what I mean? That's when you're a good place where you're like, I'm doing the thing that I want, and everybody's with me. You know, so but just that's great.
Read the shirt.
What?
Read the shirt.
Read
the shirt.
Low tall. There we go.
I just hope both wrestlers have fun.
Yeah, and I think they did. I really think they did on that one, on a big stage in front of 40,000 people. So.
And that could have gone. That could have gone so.
Oh, there's so much. Yeah. There's so much that could go wrong.
Although, and here's something to think about as we sign off. Imagine if you're on the other side of the ring.
Oh, I was thinking about that the whole time. The whole time, I'm like, somebody's sitting there like, well, these things suck now. You know.
You literally cannot see the rest of the match.
No, you can't. You
can't see the rest of the match.
And there was like a good 5-10 minutes of that match.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, that was like the rest of the
show.
And
that was also Theory did the cash-in bit after that.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
so we're just gonna watch this big screen up here.
So that's what the ring's made out of.
we're gonna crane our neck.
There was a point where I think a cameraman was trying to catch up with Roman after the match, and he walked underneath the ring and back out, and I was like, no, don't do that. Nobody should be under that ring right now. Like, I'm sorry, my safety training like kicked in at that point. Like I'd be like, don't fucking do that again if I was in his ear, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, because I can't imagine there were more structural things happening there, but it was just like this is not a safe thing to be under.
Well, they were doing that, and I kind of think that it was because the thing I noticed at the very end was that Theory was just standing there, and I think he wanted to know if the cameras were on him, because he just like looked around. He looked down he looked down and over at Brock. He's looking over at the ring, and then at the very end, you can see he's looking over at Roman, holding the briefcase up, shaking his head, but nobody's paying attention to him. Like, they don't cut to him at all. They don't do anything at all. They're just he's just there, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I wonder how that would have worked. Like, if he cashed in on that match.
But the whole point is we don't get to find out. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but like logistically.
Yeah.
Because like when it was just Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania, that was just a regular one-on-one match.
Right.
This was the last man standing match.
Yeah. How do you do a three-way last man standing match?
You can't. Like, would it have turned into
a
regular triple threat match for him?
It's kind of like when I watched the three-way casket match.
But see, that at least makes sense to me.
You put somebody in the casket. You're the one that put somebody in the casket. You win, right?
Well, no, you have to put two people have to go in a casket.
That's not how one Elias's brother did it. There's one casket, three people. You're the one that put the one person in the casket. You won. It's an indie. That's how they decided to do it.
I thought
the answer is how they decide to do it.
Yeah, because I thought Lucha did two caskets.
I think
Are we really talking about wrestling logistics here because we had a ladder match. We've had different ladder matches in the past few months that I don't know if anybody knows how to do a ladder match.
Okay.
No one in this family's even heard of chicken.
And I'm talking about the AEW one.
Oh, okay.
Where it's just
if only they had some experts in ladder matches on that roster.
They did. They were in that match.
Oh, that's right. Anyways, well, either way, guys, thank you so much. Thank you between Riz and Mike and the chat rooms across multiple platforms right now. I know at this point we didn't get our guests tonight. Again, they were ill. So best going out. Hope they get ready. Although I don't know if I want to really kind of wish them well, because the match they're in this week is a handicap match against Steve LaBelle. So for Stevie's sake, I hope they take a few days on the mend. But generally, I hope they get well. So I don't know how I'm playing.
You
this
hope
right
they're
now.
fine by Saturday.
I hope they're fine by Saturday, so Stevie can be okay on Friday. So I don't know.
I just hope both wrestlers have fun.
That's right. And I hope you guys have fun. You check out our friends at 2PWProspectProWrestling.com for ticket information. They're out in Worthington, PA. Nice little jaunt out of the Pittsburgh area. Or if you're in central PA, probably a little closer. I don't know how maps work anymore. So go check them out. And, of course, we'll be filming that for IndieWrestling.us as well. Thank you at Riz Plays Games on all the things. What are you doing? What are you playing these days?
Oh, I've actually been playing some more of the Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
No. Final Fantasy XIV Online. And I've also been
14,
playing...
Riz.
Yeah, that one, 14. And I've also, on my off days, I've been playing some 2K22 as well as some Elden Rings, which I have no idea where I'm at right now.
I've been playing some Guardians. I've been loving that game, especially with the new Xbox. I got Series S last week, finally. And I was playing some Forza today. Oh my God, it's nice when you're not waiting so long. And I did finish Shredder's Revenge, Ninja Turtles, and I'm chomping at the bit for Cowabunga collection here at the end of the month.
So we have to get a group together to play Shredder's Revenge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thursday nights seem like the best bet for me. So
yeah.
Lately.
And also, not that anyone ever asked what I'm playing.
What are you playing, man?
I was coming back at you, man. What?
You never know. No one ever asked what I'm playing. I downloaded Stray. I started playing.
Obviously,
nice.
That's wonderful.
Nice.
It intrigues my cats because they see a friend on the screen and they want to help.
Mm-hmm.
I just downloaded Multiversus.
Yeah,
I did too. I did too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be playing some of that. I'm also, replaying Spider-Man and 2K and
nice,
all that fun stuff.
Nice. Good stuff.
And Lego Star Wars when I get the time to really sit down. But yeah, Sword Cowabunga collection. Have you seen all the extras in that?
A little bit of them.
Do you know that they scanned in every original manual?
Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
And they have original artwork. And you can also search. There's a search function on there for the artwork, and anytime like something is mentioned, like Roadkill Rodney's, or Bebop, or Pizza, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm very excited.
I can't wait for this one. I'm weirdly excited to play some of the Game Boy games I never played.
Oh, I'm that's why I'm getting it for the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm getting it for the Switch so that I can go on a road trip and play my Game Boy games like I did when I was 10.
Absolutely. I think I borrowed Fall of the Foot Clan and played the whole way through because those Game Boy games were always like super easy back then, or it's stupid hard. There was no in between. And
I was like finding the secret areas and then not knowing how to beat them.
Tournament Fighters I think is very intriguing to go back and try to play.
By the way, Sorg,
yeah,
those games are online.
Oh, I know they're online. I played the ROMs. Like I played.
No, Sorg.
Oh, they play online.
Play them online.
Oh, at least the multiplayer ones, right? So
yes.
So because some of them are single player, but
So we can play Turtles in Time online.
And or Manhattan Project or something. I loved the Manhattan Project.
Me too.
It was my favorite one.
That was the one where they all had different finishing moves,
Yeah.
and Donatello swung his bow around in a circle.
Yeah, stuff like that. So all right.
Sheamus was in.
Sheamus was in the movie.
Turtles.
Oh boy, thank you, Riz. Thank you, Riz. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Riz, in the chat room. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.